James, how exciting is it to be a part of Leinster Rugby at the moment?
Very exciting, yeah. It's great for us to be back in the European Cup final, particularly after kind of the disappointment over the last couple of years, and we're obviously going pretty well at the moment in terms of the URC as well. So every week is a big week at the moment. Like we had a quarter final a couple of weeks ago, then we had a semi-final a week later. We've got Munster in the Aviva this week. We've got a European final next week, so it's pretty full on, but everyone's enjoying it a lot.
And what does a week look like for a Leinster rugby player?
So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday would be our training days, and we'd have a down day on a Wednesday. Generally Monday and Tuesday, particularly Tuesday, would be kind of the tougher training days. Tuesday sessions would be pretty tough, and then we'd have the opportunity to kind of recover Wednesday, and Thursday and Friday would be just lighter sessions, and keeping ourselves fresh kind of in the lead up to a game. And then generally we kind of play Saturday, and you recover and get your kind of analysis and review and preview done on the Sunday evening. So that's kind of a bit of a simple version of what it looks like. Yeah,
it looks very busy. Yeah. I'm sure it's tough going. It's a lot of hard work, but I'm sure you're enjoying it, especially when you're having success. Last week we had the semi-final, very impressive by yourself and the team to go out against Toulouse and get the win.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was brilliant for me to be back again and involved with the boys, and we've missed those days in the Aviva, those big European Cup days. The lads only had 5 days to sell tickets with the turnaround between the semi and the quarter, but we still had 42,000 that turned up. So it was testament to kind of the support base that we have here at Leinster, and hopefully we get a good crowd this week against Munster and again over in Marseille in a couple of weeks' time.
And how big of an impact do those fans make to you on the pitch, say?
A massive impact, yeah. I mean, the atmosphere was class, and look, it's even on the bus as you get into the stadium. Just thousands of people were lining the streets outside, and it gives you a huge lift. And then in the game, it's those kind of big moments and those tough moments when you're, inside your 22 and you're defending Toulouse, or when you've a big opportunity to maybe get a score, or in their 22. It's those moments when they really make a difference.
And this year, Ross Maloney has been really impressive. This year in particular, has things just clicked for him?
Yeah, he's been going really well, and look, he's just got great opportunities this year, and he's definitely taking advantage of them. He's been brilliant, and just so consistent for us all season. Look, he's such a smart player, I think, and on top of that, look, he's just had an unbelievable work rate, and great energy that he's brought to the games all season.
And would you have played with him through the years in school?
Yeah, so I played with him in St. Michael's. So when I was in fourth year, he was in sixth year, and I played him on his senior cup team. So I've known him for a long time. So it's great to be able to partner with him in the second row this season, especially. I've really enjoyed it.
It's a team that's full of talent, a lot of competition for places. Do you really feel that?
Yeah, you do. Look, there's so much competition now with Leinster and with Ireland. You just you can't sit still, because there's always people that are unbelievably good. All around you, really. So look, there's great competition for us at Leinster at the moment, and I think that's one of the things that's really stood to us so far this season is just the level, the quality of our training. Everyone's pushing each other very hard because everybody wants to be involved in the bigger weeks.
And it's tough as well when you get injuries. I was speaking with Will Connors today. You're just saying how frustrating it can be. And you yourself, you just got back in the quarterfinal from that concussion injury in Twickenham, 82 seconds. Charlie Owles, he was sent off with a straight red. How was your recovery?
Yeah, look, it is frustrating when you get injured, but my recovery was good. Yeah, I recovered very quickly, and I was back training non-contact pretty quickly as well. So, look, injuries are unfortunately part of the game, and it's obviously a tough sport. It's a collision sport, so you're going to get injured at some stage. But it can be difficult, particularly for guys like Will who have had a bit of a tired time with injuries over the last couple of years. It's not easy kind of watching on, particularly when things are going very well. So But look, we're a very close, tight-knit squad. I'd like to think everybody looks out for each other, and I think hopefully that makes those kind of injuries and those setbacks a bit easier to manage.
Yeah, you spend a lot of time together as a squad. Is it good crack at times as well?
It's great fun, yeah, absolutely. It's great crack. We have look, it's very tough, obviously, but we have great fun and we have great enjoyment along the way as well. Particularly at the moment, it's been extra special the last few weeks. So everyone's really enjoying coming into work every day.
And what's Leo Cullen like to work under, I suppose, as head coach?
He's brilliant, yeah, brilliant. We've a great management at Leinster and Ireland, but with Leinster at the moment, like obviously Stuart, Leo, Robin, Felipe, guys that have so much experience from their playing as well as their coaching career, obviously things are going well, which was testament to the standard of coaching that we get.
And this weekend then you're going to face Munster. It's going to be a massive test. It's here at the Aviva where we are now. It'll be good to get the fans in again.
Absolutely, big one for us, and it'll be brilliant to have the fans in. Playing any Interpro, but particularly Munster at home is always a big game. Lads are super excited, and lads want to put up their hands for selection next week and the weeks going forward. So it's a big one that we're all very excited for.
And you obviously have two big games. Then you have the Champions Cup then the following weekend. So is it hard sometimes to, I suppose, concentrate on both games when you're probably looking to the Champions Cup final, or how does that work?
I think we've been very good this season at just taking it week by week, and that's the way you have to approach rugby. And look, we reviewed Toulouse, and we had to start previewing and start looking at Munster very quickly. So look, our focus is on Munster this week, because we're playing at home in front of our own fans in the Aviva, so we won't be looking too far ahead.
And with being a professional rugby player, there's a lot of highs, a lot of lows, I'm sure, as well, with the likes of the injuries and losses. What would you say are some of the best highlights you've had so far?
The best highlights are always, winning, really. With that sense of kind of adventure and camaraderie and just satisfaction that you get from winning trophies, you can't really replicate. So, the highlights for me are any time I get the opportunity to win with Leinster and Ireland, and obviously that 2018 season was definitely up there, and more recently, obviously the Triple Crown and with Ireland was brilliant. Look, we're in a good position at the moment, and hopefully we can put our best foot forward to win some more.
And how would you sum up your Six Nations last year? Obviously the Triple Crown was brilliant.
Brilliant, yeah. And I think we took another step forward in terms of the way we're trying to play and what we're trying to be about, and so it was great. It was great to win Triple Crown, but look, we've got to get better again. Obviously, for the guys that are picked, there's a New Zealand tour on the horizon, and 3 tests against the All Blacks. So look, it's Ireland. We just have to keep getting better.
And Johnny Sexton as a captain, what is he like at Leinster and Ireland?
He's absolutely brilliant captain. Just like you'd imagine, just drives standards. Really leads by example. Leads with his actions. He's obviously such a competitor. And having him in the team and around you, he always brings out the best in everybody, and that's probably the best compliment you could give him.
And you yourself have captained Ireland many times. It must be a proud moment.
Yeah, it was a proud moment when I had that opportunity. It was, of course, yeah. Look, I've enjoyed any time I've got the privilege and the honour of being able to do that. But there's a great, as I've said before, there's a great great number of leaders in the Irish team, guys like Peter Manny and Henderson, Johnny, and all these guys. So we very much kind of lead together whenever we're out there together.
And making that transition then from the Ireland team going back into Leinster, is it hard to do that, or because the styles can be similar, was it easy enough?
Yeah, it can be tricky, and like that's that's the key. It's when those November windows finish or the Six Nations finish. There's generally when a Six Nations finishes, you're back into European Cup games, and you can't afford to not come back in and be very focused. So it's always very important. It's a tricky period to manage, but we've always got to make sure that we turn the page and we get back into kind of provincial mode very quickly, because it's always a very important part of the season. Even though you're done a Six Nations, you've got these kind of big European Cup, big URC games that you need to get right as well.
And was this always the aspiration for you to play for Ireland and play for Leinster?
Yeah, that was always my aspiration. So look, I absolutely love what I do. I love coming into work every week, and I love playing with the guys that I have around me as well at the moment.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And next week, as I mentioned, you have the Champions Cup final. Have you ever worked with Ron Nogara?
No, I haven't. No, he was. I remember in my first tour to the US with Joe. He was there, just kind of shadowing Joe at the time a bit. But no, I've never worked with him. I have huge respect for him and what he's done, and in the game as a player, and obviously now as a coach. Look, Rochelle are now obviously just such a force now in European rugby, off the back of a lot of his work. So yeah, huge respect for him.
It's going to be a tough game. You had a defeat to them last year. You'd be hoping this is the one to get over on them.
No complaints. Yeah, last year they were the better side, 100%. Look, it's just they're bigger and better than any team we faced this season. And we're going to have to be at our very best if we want to compete with these guys. They're that good a team. So look, we're hugely excited for what is such a big challenge.
And when I was with the lads today, I met with James in Gibson Park, Will Connors, and we did a bit of a quick fire round. So I might do that here. It's like 4 questions. You don't get to hear what they said, even though they could hear what they were saying about. Will Connors, what did you say? Yeah. He was pretty good, I have to say. Yeah.
Very strange guy.
Very strange guy.
Yeah, I'm only messing.
So who is the fittest on the Leinster team? We'll go with Leinster since it's just a big weekend coming up.
I don't want to give the wrong answer, but I think Luke McGrath and James Gibson Park are kind of neck and neck there. Yeah. And
where do you come in the pecking order?
Somewhere, well, certainly not that fit, but probably average. We're a lot heavier than some of these guys, so that has to be taken into account.
Absolutely. Who's the fastest?
I actually think the fastest could be Ryan Baird, which is maybe what you wouldn't expect, but he's up there. I think Jimmy O'Brien is very close as well.
Jimmy O'Brien was all 3. I'm pretty sure all 3 of them said Jimmy O'Brien.
Oh, really? Sorry, maybe he's up there in terms of fitness as well. Yeah.
Who's the best in the air?
Best in the air? It's a good question. I'm going to say Hugo Keenan. He's very good in the air, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that's what you might all say, but he didn't say himself. He wouldn't say himself.
He wouldn't say himself. He's pretending to be humble there, I think. No, yeah, he'd probably be the best in the air. Adam Byrne's very good in the air as well.
And the best tackler?
This one's Will Connors, definitely. Hasn't played for a while, but he's the best tackler.
Yeah, that's what the lad said as well. What is it about
him? He's just very good technique, and he's a very brave tackler. Just hits very hard, hits very low. So that's probably his point of difference really as a player. He's just an unbelievable defender.
And do you have a favourite cheat meal?
Yeah. My favourite cheat meal would always be Chinese.
Someone told me this before I came here, said
probably a spice bag.
Why do I know that?
Great Wall and Black Rock do a particularly good spice bag, so shout out to them.
And did I hear you have a nickname?
I have a few nicknames, yeah. So you're probably asking about the cheese one, are you?
Go ahead, tell me what they are. Not just the cheese one, if there's a few, is there?
Probably the main one. There's actually no real big story behind it, but somebody just called me cheese one day and that was it. That's history, so that would be my nickname. There are worse, so yeah.
Do you have any others?
No, there are worse in terms of other nicknames
Okay.
out there.
Oh,
Not,
exactly.
but no, that's my nickname really, or JO, I suppose. So pretty standard.
And who's the most influential, would you say, on the team that really leads?
Like there are a number of guys. Obviously Johnny, you know, he'd be the front runner, but guys like Tig, you know, Furlong and Robbie Henshaw, Gary, a number of guys that are kind of very influential in their own different ways. But yeah, we've got some big characters in the team.
On this team at Leinster at the moment, where does this rank in the teams that you've played on through Leinster and Ireland in terms of talent on the squad?
Yeah, I think it's right up there. You know, you look at the talent we have, you know, across the team, and also the depth we have, which is really pleasing. Like even with some of the fixtures we have had this year with injuries, or when guys have been away during national windows or things like that, you know, the guys that have stepped up have been really good and have performed very well. So I think the depth that we have at Leinster is a real positive for us at the moment. As I said to you earlier on, kind of everybody pushes each other on, and that's kind of what we're trying to be about at the moment.
Brilliant, James. Thank you.